Welcome to the Thresholds of Reality, the podcast where we explore unexplained and mysterious events, phenomena, and legends. Today we are joined by Melissa Bryan, the Outlaw Psychic, whose information you can find at the website in the chat. And if anybody has any questions for her during the chat, please feel free to comment. Until then, make sure that you strap in as we explore the edges of the unknown. Melissa, welcome to the show. My name is Sam. This is Kyle. And
Hi.
We are big fans of the paranormal, supernatural. And we have had a fair amount of psychics on the show. And we always want to know, at what point did you come to realize that you were, or that you had psychic abilities?
Age 21, everything started getting really hot, and I'm going, okay, because at the time I didn't really, I guess, believe in all this stuff. And I thought, oh, great, they're going to lock me away. They're going to medicate the hell out of me. They're going to, label me crazy, this, that, and the other. My ancestors from spirit sat me down and said, you're going to be a shaman. What? Come again? No, you want that, you pull the strings. Well,
okay.
46, we are.
You mentioned the word shaman or shaman. Tell me a little bit about what that means to you, or what's the general use?
The family lineage, we have psychics, mediums, witches, medicine workers, means like work with crystals, work with energy, work with plants and animals. And now that's just to my own best knowledge. Okay, I don't know a whole lot about shamanism. I know it's a cultural thing throughout, a lot of history, but I don't particularly know that much. But I just know it's really a big thing of healing, and whether that's plants or animals or energy or anything else, I use it to pardon me, help heal illnesses and injuries, and do readings, and help find the missing. I've done several missing persons cases already, cold criminal cases. I've done that, and I love my work.
Well, that is fascinating. Kyle and I have done a ghost hunt now. We've had that under our belt.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I found kind of interesting about, or maybe disappointing about the ghost hunt, was that it was not very insightful.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like the spirits that we communicated with were not really interested in sharing any insight or information with us, other than their name, and that was basically it. So, your experience in your work, I imagine, does come with a fair amount of insight.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And maybe shed some light about why a spirit might provide that insight to you versus one of these ghost hunts where it's just kind of, it's just like a handshake and then a goodbye.
Right. Well, with mine, it's more or less that they want to give closure to their families on this side.
Okay, so they're coming to you with a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Is that always the purpose?
More often than not, yes.
Okay. When you do, so tell me about how it is that information is conveyed to you, and then how do you convey it to the people who are the intended targets?
I won't call them targets. I call them family that needs to hear from their loved one that they crossed successfully or need help crossing, so I do that for them. I help to basically allow the families to feel like, okay, we can move on now, without a lot of grief and a lot of heartache and a lot of sadness and, yeah.
So you said you got your first abilities around 21.
Well, my first ghost sighting was actually at age 3, but everything built to a crescendo at age 21.
So, like, did you wake up one morning and then, like, you were like, "What is going on?" Like, did something just hit you and you were like not understanding what was going on, or
something like that? Because I was seeing and hearing and feeling and sensing and knowing, and not quite understanding how in the hell is all this happening. Why is this happening? What is the point to it all? What is the message? What am I supposed to do with this?
So, like,
essentially how I was feeling.
Yeah. So did someone come to you and was like, and then you had to like seek them out, and you were like, how do I even go about this? What am I going to do?
Yeah, my 16th great grandparents came to me, and my grandfather especially, bless him, he sat me down and said, "You're going to be a shaman. You are going to follow in our footsteps." I goes, "Okay, you could have told me this a little sooner. Maybe I wouldn't have been as scared, for one, because it was absolutely terrifying. Not understanding why you're going through all this and seeing and hearing and feeling and sensing and knowing and not knowing where this is coming from."
Wow.
So what was that experience like? Can you maybe provide us some more detail about, so when you said you were kind of communing with your grandfather, right? What was that experience like? Did he come to you in a dream? Did you see him?
No, it was it was a physical experience. It was like I'm talking to you guys. I mean, he literally sat down with me in my apartment and said, "Here's what's going on, and here's how you're going to handle this." And, he started explaining everything, and I'm going, okay, I think I can do that. It doesn't seem so bad.
Was that a role that he had also played? Was he also kind of a shaman for your family?
Yes, he was. He was in his time, yes.
Okay, so he was basically handing the mantle to you, or passing the baton to you, and he did that in a spirit form.
Yes. Actually,
how long had he been dead at the time that?
Oh, he's from circa 1630 Virginia.
Dang.
Yeah.
So
and I actually have a bin full of records that are my entire family's history.
Okay. So now we're talking. So this is like an original picture.
Yeah. That's this right here.
Dang. That had to have taken some work.
Is what now?
I said that had to have taken some work.
It took me several years, $5,000, and I'm still building.
That makes sense.
So as far back, you've only gone as far back as 1630, or?
Yeah, I've gone back even further than that, but that's kind of another story. But God love the ancestors. They have literally led me to all these records. They encouraged me to find this, and they helped me do it. And this is the collection I built. And there's more in the other room where that came from.
So a lot of what you're doing is putting together family history and understanding this entire family tree of shamans.
Well, it's not just shamans. We also have witches. I'm fourth cousin to the Cromwell line, which is the oldest known Wicca line in all history. There's preachers and priests and priestesses and oh gosh. Oh, we have just about everything. Druids and gypsies and gosh, it just runs the gamut. We have it all.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the shamanic abilities that you possess. So when you're tuning up or whatever, getting ready to do whatever it is, your job entails, communing with spirits, communing with the living, communing with, I assume, nature to some extent.
Yes.
How does that process take shape?
Well, I am very touch based. I'm very, 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 very touch based. Okay. I feel through my fingertips and I can read energetic vibrations.
What does that mean? Energetic vibrations?
Yes. It means everything is energy. Okay. Everything is energy. Everything. I can read that information. I can feel it through my hands physically. Feel that, and I can read that information. It's like reading a book. And
okay.
I physically see spirit. Okay, they show themselves to me. Like I see you guys, that's how I see them. It's just the way it's always been. I actually physically hear their voice. And sometimes I can relay messages and channel through messages from spirit to the living to say, look, these people are crossed over and they're fine. They're whole, they're healthy, they're happy, they're with your loved ones. And all of our families are all over there, and they are literally helping all of us from where they are.
Have you ever been in like a grocery store or like a convenience store and been like, your grandpa says everything's going to be okay?
Yes, I've done that more than once. But I try to set some boundaries where it's like I tell spirit, okay, if I'm like in a grocery store, do not approach me. I'm trying to concentrate on my own, experience. And I don't really have a lot of time to be able to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
I will in certain cases, if like spirits like really insist, I'm like, okay. Let's just get this over with.
When was the first time that happened? And you're like, come on, but like, how did the person react to that?
Shock, tears of joy, and a big hug. It's good.
Well,
That's awesome.
So we're always very curious as to kind of how you get into that state. So, I would say I'm not very sensitive spiritually at all.
You are. Don't know it.
Maybe that's the case, but I have not had a lot of spiritual or kind of communion with the deceased in my life. Kyle does seem to have a lot. I'm sorry.
30 days with me and you would. It would totally change your mind.
I'm not saying I'm a skeptic or anything. I'm just saying it's not an experience that I have.
Oh, 30 days around me, you'd be going, what the?
Yeah.
I love it when spirit does that. It just cracks me up. They're hysterical. I love them.
That's great. Kyle, on the other hand, Kyle does have a lot of kind of spectral run-ins in his life, or has had them in his life. But it's not something that you can really control, right, Kyle? It just kind of happens, comes, and is there a muscle that you flex in order to turn it on or turn it off?
Not really. It just comes, like you said, it comes when it comes, and when it doesn't, well, it just doesn't.
Okay, so so you're getting ready for a reading. Tell me about that process. I think we kind of stopped short.
I bring out my dowsing rods. I bring out my pendulums. I bring out my, um, I guess I heighten my vibration and I ask my ancestors, my guides, my angels, all that to come through to me and help me deliver the message. And I have to brag on my guide David, my spirit guide David. He is so amazing. Um, he just he brings me out like the records and the charts and all that because he's over in what is known as Hall of Records, where all life charts, all information of anything, everything, past, present, future, is housed. And he brings in the charts, he brings in the books, he, pulls out the maps and everything you can think of. And he's like pointing all this stuff out. And I'm sitting there going, okay, if I get like, say, really quiet and I'm like looking off to the side, I'm not ignoring anyone. I'm just reading the information I'm being given.
Okay. So David, when you call him a spirit guide, are you saying he is a shaman as well, and he's kind of helping you? Or?
I'm gonna say the way he presents himself to me is more druidic. He like has, big, like longish hair, very full, sort of wavy, mustache, full beard. He's heavy set, tall. He wears like a robe with like a fur wrap over that, and sandals, and like a cord around his middle, and he is very ancient. Okay, he's really ancient. He has sky blue eyes and fair skin, big cheeks. He's so sweet, and he's such a huggy bear. Oh, he's a big teddy bear of a man, but he's wonderful.
So he's a spirit.
Yes, he is a spirit.
Okay,
yes.
That's what I was trying to pin down. I was like, is this a living person you're talking about who works at
no spirit,
like the county recorder, or is this
no spirit?
Okay,
it's kind of funny because we had another psychic on one time, and she had come back to us like 2 weeks later.
It was like 10 days later, yeah.
And she actually said during our interview there was a person with that kind of had those same characteristics that was standing next to me while I was doing the interview. Like dressed in like robes, and I think she said long hair and like druid type robes, and yeah, so that's kind of
mine has sort of long full hair, salt and pepper, very sort of graying, big full mustache, big full long beard, and robe with like a fur wrap, I guess you could say, cord around his middle, sandals on his feet, with a robe and all that. Mm-hmm. And he's really sweet. Sky blue eyes, big cheeks, very rosy. He looks almost kind of like Santa Claus, but he's more druidic. He looks to me that way. That's how he presents himself to me.
That's how Kyle presents himself to me. You're describing Kyle. That's Kyle on the weekend.
So when was the first time he came to you?
No, mine is ancient. I was at a really low point in my life. We were living in a Motel 6 room in Oregon, and my husband and my cousin who was living with us at the time had gone out to do something, and I was totally alone, doing something, and all of a sudden I heard this big booming male voice, very clear, very deep diaphragm voice. Hi, I am your spirit guide. My name is David. And that was it. I'm going, oh, okay. Yeah, hi.
So does he pick and choose when he comes to you, or can you? Be
Oh,
like,
no.
Yo,
He's
yo,
with me.
David.
He is with me all the time.
Oh, so he could be like, David, I need you right now, and he's like, what's up, Melissa?
No, he's with me all the time. It's all good. I talk to him a lot.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so you during the kind of warm up process, you're kind of getting in the right frame of mind. You're basically praying to some of the spirits, right?
Well, no, I just talk to him. I say, hey, come on in. I'm ready to go. And there
Okay.
they are.
All right. And then when you come out to present your reading, you've got a person sitting there with you.
Mm-hmm.
They're ready to receive what you have to give. So
Mm-hmm.
explain to me that process of the reading, how that works a little bit.
Well, I can read their aura for one thing, because spirits will come into their auric space to say, here I am, and they give their message, and I'm able to read photos if they have them and explain what's going on in the photo, if there's anyone in them. I can see that. I can physically see it because they will present in photos sometimes. And they will often present in their auric field, and I can see that. And I'm just very casual and relaxed about it.
So you
There's
see the
no
auras of the
real
spirits.
actual process, I guess you could say.
So you see the aura of the spirits, the aura of the people that you're.
The people that I'm reading for.
Like, can you see mine or Sam's auras?
Yeah, I can see both your auras.
Okay. Kyle, are you wanting more detail on that?
Yeah, shoot me a color.
Green.
What's that mean?
It's peaceful.
That's me. What about Sam?
Yellow.
And so what is yellow?
High energetic vibration.
Oh, that's our Sandy boy.
Okay.
So is it like wavy, or is it like more like
It's like roundish, kind of. It's sort of over your head and shoulder areas.
All right. I dig it. Yeah, I do like to. I do like to get a little high energy from time to time. Okay, so after the reading, are you recording the reading for their benefit? Do they get to take home a video or?
No, I don't do any recording of anything. I haven't gotten to that point yet.
Okay. And then they walk out of there. They've got their good feels. They're ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you've got repeat customers that come back and they're.
Oh yeah, once or twice I do have repeat customers. I haven't yet, just because I haven't been here long enough. I've only been here less than a year, so it's going to take some time to build up.
Yeah.
Tell me, how did you get the name Outlaw Psychic?
Well, I am actually blood and kinship related to all the Old West Outlaws, and they have been there for me through everything. Everything. They are my rock. They are what is solid in my life. And they have been there to help me with everything. And, I did that to honor them and to honor their place in my life and what they've done to help me with my life. All the lessons they've helped me learn and help teach me. And also to honor the past life that I had with my outlaw loved ones in this lifetime.
So, like, Can you name off a couple of them outlaws? Are they famous outlaws? Are they?
Actually, and I'm not going to lie about this. I swear, in those records I showed you guys is the entire lineage for William H. Bonney, Billy the Kid. He was my husband last life.
Nice, good for you.
And he has saved my life a few times. He's done so much for me, and I cannot thank him enough. He knows how grateful I am. Mwah, love you, babe. And yeah, he's amazing. He's wonderful.
How is it that, okay, so tell me about this idea of a past life. So is it like reincarnation? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. When I was 13, I had a nightmare. No, I kid you not, it was a nightmare. We were riding, and I mean full speed, full gallop. Us and some other men that I didn't know the identities of at the time, were riding full speed through an arroyo, which is like a creek bed in Mexican language. It's like a creek bed or a river bed or something like that.
Sure.
It's got lots of brush on the sides, and there's water, and I think it was like a little creek or something. Anyway, this place does exist. I have a photo of it. And there were men riding behind us, probably maybe less than 100 feet away, shooting at us. And there were bullets whizzing around us. I was screaming, crying, hysterical, just terrified. And I hear Billy scream at me, ride for home, ride for home. I'm like, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to leave. And he said, ride for home. And I finally did branch off and rode for home and watched as these men chased them, shooting at them. And as I'm riding away, that's when I wake up from the dream. I'm going, what the hell was that about? And I did not even know that this was actually depicted in the movie Young Guns with Emilio Estevez. And it actually factually, historically happened. And I've got the record of it right in there. That actually historically, factually happened.
Wow.
And
that's cool that you actually found that out.
Yeah, and that's what started my journey of figuring out what the heck was going on. And then there was one day I was sitting at my computer screen, looking through some stuff. I see this one photo of this lady with really short hair, dark skin, dark eyes, big dark eyes, heavy brows, and nice full lips, kind of similar to what I have now. And I looked at her, and it just stopped me. I mean, dead stopped me in my tracks. And this tidal wave flood of information came to me. And I'm seeing everything like playing like a movie in front of my eyes. So I start writing everything down that I'm seeing, and I'm going, what the heck? And so I did a side by side of me and her. I look at me, I look at her, I go, oh my, that's me. Back then, that's me. And so I start looking up her information, of which I now have all the birth, marriage, death, census, etc., to prove that this person actually existed. And as I got more information, I found out that this woman was actually hidden from history. No one would talk about her. No one would acknowledge her. No one would, even speak her name. I'm going, what the hell is that about? So I got to actually, unfortunately, meet my descendants. Yeah, I've actually met my descendants. One of them passed to spirit recently, and he wrote a book. And so I have whole quotations, marked in highlighter and underlined and, putting in the notes in the margins and, all that. And it came together. The whole picture just kind of came together, and I realized they hid her from history at behest of the family. I'm going, well, why would my own family hide me? That doesn't make any sense. And it had to do with the children that he and I had to hide them. They hid me as a result of hiding them. Because
So
there were a lot of
did you guys
people
have?
back then. There were a lot of people back then. This is quite understandable, actually, that if they had known that I existed, they would have killed me and the children. And there were
Yeah.
4 kids, a girl and 3 boys. And everyone said, oh, no, there was 1 child. No, 4. And I remember each birth as it happened.
What was the name of the prior host of your spirit?
Abrana Garcia. Actually, Abrana Segura Garcia.
Abrana Segura Garcia. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was my former self.
All right. And you had 4 children.
Mm-hmm.
You said that
girl
you
and 3 boys.
How did you track them down?
Oh, yes. I've already tracked all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. How did you do that?
Birth, marriage, death, census. It was real simple. Go through the genealogical records.
Sure.
Real simple.
So I want to get back to, you said you solved cold cases and you've been. Mm-hmm. So how were you approached for your first cold case, and what came to you, and how were you able to help solve that?
All I needed was a photo. And all the information just came. And my very, very first one did make the AP wire in New Mexico, even though a couple of these cases never mentioned me. I'm fine with that. It's all good. But it was still my information that solved these cases. All I heard from in the first one, from the electric company president, he said, we've been robbed, and everything just bam came at me, and I got information, literally like a tidal wave. It was almost suffocating, if you will. So I got home, wrote everything down, called the president of the electric company up and said, okay, here's what I've got. I'm going to give you all the information. I want you to write this down. And if the law needs anything more, call me. I will not charge for this. I refuse, because these people stole from us too, because we lived in the community where this happened. So I'm like, oh, F no. F no, F no, F no, F no. Nope. I'm not letting these fools get away with this crap. Nope, not going to happen. We're going to get them. We're going to prosecute them. We're going to put them away where they can't hurt anybody else.
So who found you to help them? Was it the police, or was it like a private detective, or was it the family?
No. I just gave my information to the co-op president, to the electric company president of our community. And I said, if the law needs anything else, just call me.
So it just came to you, and then you just...
Mm-hmm. It came like a tidal wave. When I do this, I have to give the entire message, or I lose all of it completely. That's how it works for me. I don't know about anybody else. I'm just speaking for myself, okay?
Okay. So you solved that case, or you helped solve that case?
Yes, it was solved. Unfortunately, the DA screwed things up with some of the things that they needed to prosecute, and the people that did it were let go. I'm like, no! Oh, dang, no. This is not supposed to happen.
Freaking lawyers.
Yeah, I know, huh? I know, right?
Yeah. So Jason Dudley, one of our viewers, is asking, do you know what Trump did with the classified documents?
He held on to them. What else is new? He held on to them.
While that's kind of maybe a serious, maybe a humorous question, it does bring up something that I often wonder, which is as kind of our societal relationship with one another becomes more stressful, more strained. Do you notice a trend in your readings becoming more negative, or is everything situation normal? How does that go?
Everything's pretty normal right now. I'm just enjoying my work. I love what I do, and I enjoy working with spirit. I love it. I love what I'm doing, and you know, things seem to be pretty normal about now.
So you're not getting any sense of a dire impending doom?
Mm-mm. I mean, other than the headlines I read in my emails, I can actually psychically read into what's going on. I'm seeing they're going, uh-oh, we are in trouble. Billy! Sorry, my dog.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Basically, from what I'm reading, Great Depression 2.0 is an understatement.
Okay, so there's economic collapse on the horizon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Say what, 3 to 5, 5 to 7?
I'd say probably, from what I'm hearing, it's going to be right around Christmas.
Of this year.
It's Christmas.
Uh-huh. Of this year.
All right, I'm going to mark my calendar.
All right.
It's time to
That's what I'm hearing.
Everything.
Now, I could be wrong on that, but that's just what I'm hearing from people closer to the situation than I am.
Oh, what do you mean, people closer to the situation? Are you talking about psychics?
Economic advisors from people that know the financial situation of the nation much, much, much better than I do.
Yeah. So are we talking like Jim Cramer, Mad Money, or something else?
I want to say something else. I'd have to go back and look in my emails, but just reading the headlines, they're saying not only just economic collapse, societal collapse. United States is going to completely fold, and I'm going, oh no. Oh, this cannot be happening. No, 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 no bueno, no bueno, no bueno, no, 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 no.
But you're picking that up from the world of the living.
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right. Well, then, in that case, we're both looking at the same sources, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's nothing that the spirits are telling you that's saying head for high hill or head for high ground.
Well, my ancestors have said, and their advisement is get land and grow your own food and fight for what's yours. And that's not just coming from the living, that's also coming from spirit. They're saying fight for what's yours, get something solid under you before this collapse happens. And right now my family and I are working on that. So in our own lives.
Jason Dudley wants to know if you feel like there might be a civil war building up.
Yes. I not only read it in the headlines every day, I also hear it from social media, and I'm feeling it in my own bones, in my own, I guess, psyche, if you will. I am feeling it. I'm seeing it happen. I'm feeling it happen. This is real. This is no made up BS. No. This is happening.
Do you feel like there's anything that could be done to avoid a civil war?
Stop letting government push us around.
Amen.
Right.
Stop letting government push us around. And I got another piece of information that my psychic senses, pardon me, picked up on, and that was just not more than about a day ago, is that I felt like there was something really fishy, really weird going on with the White House. I'm going, this is not possible reality-wise. This is a little too crazy. And sure enough, up on TikTok comes an article that says that the guy that's playing Joe Biden is an actor. The one we're seeing on TV, on radio, or whatever else is an actor.
Well, that's
And
what
the
I've
guy
been hearing
has
too.
dementia too. So, you know, I mean, I'm going, okay, now things are making sense. Because, I mean, there's no way in heck that, you know, them saying, oh, you're going to need F-15s and all this other bull, you know, it would not be possible because our military will not do it. They won't turn on their own people. They won't follow that order.
Yeah, I wonder about that sometimes. I know that the Russian incursion into Ukraine hit a lot of snags early on because the Russian soldiers were either dishonest about what they were doing with the fuel for their vehicles, or they were not, or they were selling the ammo, or they just weren't willing to go in and kill people because they didn't think that they would ever have to do that when they signed up. Do you think that that's, I mean, you know, is that something that's on your radar? Is that something that's on the shamanic radar?
Not really, because that's quite a ways from home. And right now, I want to focus my energies on what's happening at home. And, you know, all I can say is, people, please just get prepared for whatever you have to. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best.
Yeah.
So have you already started growing your own food? And
I'm not currently working on that right now because I have to get a place that's more stable than where we're at now. And this being a fairly warm year, I think we're going to have a fairly warm and wet winter. So I think that will be good for, you know, planting the seeds that we have, but also prices are going so sky high. Even my family and I, we're having trouble affording what we need. Yeah, we're in the same boat as everybody else. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, one of the things that I'm often told is stock up on non-perishables, stock up on ammo.
Yes.
And those are things that anybody can do, and it's not anything new or really out of this world. It's just stock up on supplies. But let's take it out of the realm of kind of dire portends and maybe bring it back down to a personal level. What was the most maybe life-changing reading that you ever gave somebody, if you feel like you can share that?
Life-changing. You know, I really think they're all life-changing, honestly. Everything I've done has made things better for my clients, and I'm happy to do it.
So in what way does it change people's lives? You know, I would say one of the things that
it's made them more at peace with their, not only just with their own lives, but knowing that their loved ones are in fact able to communicate with them and that they're around them all the time, just like mine are. I mean, I've got it's warm in here, and I've got a whole army of loved ones in with me right now. Yeah, they're listening in on what I'm telling you.
So, like, is there a way, I know you usually charge for this, and I just kind of wondered if you could give us a small example for our listeners and stuff, but like, Is there anyone between Sam and I, any spirits that are coming to you that want to say anything to either of us?
Well, I don't spot, on the spot read, so it's kind of harder for me to do that. Private readings can be booked. Don't worry about that. I'll handle it. But there is someone standing right next to you.
To Kyle?
To me?
Mm-hmm.
Who? What they look like?
It's a man. It's a man, male energy.
Okay.
And he's just sitting there chilling, watching, listening. Wants you to know, hey, I'm here.
We
You're
were
not the
kind
first person to tell me that.
Yeah, he's just chilling out, watching the whole thing go down. I'm like, oh,
of. Do you know how? Is there any way for you to tell how long this spirit has been with Kyle?
all his life.
Yeah.
Our ancestors and loved ones are with us all our lives.
Oh, is it a spirit that's related to Kyle?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So Kyle and I, Kyle's house is pretty active spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
To the extent that there's often some poltergeist light happenings going on there. No one's getting sucked into TVs or anything, but usually there's mischief, right? There's
mischief. It happens. It happens here too occasionally, once in a while, not all the time. But,
and we had determined we were going to capture it on camera, and then all the activity just suddenly stopped as soon as the cameras entered the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And I was concerned that maybe we had done something to scare them off.
No, you just have to ask permission.
Okay.
I mean, they want to be known, but ask permission. What could it hurt?
I'll try that. I'll hook everything back up this weekend, and I'll try that.
Okay.
Yeah. Give them permission. Ask them permission.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes let them come to you.
Yeah. I don't think Kyle has any problem letting them come to him. I think he's had for a long time. Yeah, Kyle, you should tell her about some of your experiences.
We have 4 regulars that are at my house right now.
Who's the man with the mustache? Who's the man with the mustache? Kind of older gentleman.
Older man with a mustache?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
Well, he's coming through.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, it's an older man with a mustache, dark hair, dark eyes. Not particularly tall, but definitely there.
Yeah, I think Kyle has been. He's just been kind of content to share space with them, right, Kyle? You haven't really looked into who they were.
Mm-mm.
You might want to.
Yeah, I might have to start. I'm gonna look for that description now. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, he's not particularly tall, but he has dark hair, sort of short. He presents as kind of not of our century, not of our time, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Dark hair, dark eyes, sort of short hair, combed over to one side, mustache, clean shaven for the rest of his face, but kind of thin, not too tall, but not really, really tall either. Kind of
like an average height, 5'10", 5'9", 5'10", 5'11".
5'8", 5'9", yeah.
Does he have any kind of animal presence with him?
No. No, he's just not of our generation.
Yeah.
Not of our time. But anyway, he's coming through. Yep.
That's neat. Yeah, it's very similar to a description that we received from somebody else, but she also indicated an animal presence that was kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, very good.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have homework.
Yep.
Excellent. So, have you ever had any readings that kind of gave you the heebie-jeebies, maybe a shiver up your spine?
No. Mm-mm.
So, would you say that all of your interactions with spirits or entities from the other side have been positive?
Mostly positive. Yeah, there was only one spirit I have ever seen that scared the life out of me. Literally, no, I kid you not. Um, we were living in Tucson, Arizona, in this one apartment, and this guy was tall, big, broad, muscular shoulders, up top. Wore all black, hat to boots, all the way down. Um, like a buscadero, which is two pistols, one on either side, rigged with the bullet casing things, and pistols in each holster. And he like had a patch over his eye and a scar up one cheek and big black mustache, and just, oh my god, he was so scary. And I would see him a lot of times, and I mean, every time I would see him, I was scared to death of him. I don't know who he was. I have no recorded knowledge of who he was. I'd like to look back into it, but I don't think, I'm not sure if they have any records of this guy, but this guy was scary because I know he could hurt me if he wanted to. He never did, but he could if he wanted to. And then the other really terrifying experience, I was having a Halloween party at one of my apartments. I think it was I think it was the same one. No, different one. I'm sorry. I was putting something up, and something grabbed me by my shirt collar like this, lifted me up about 15 feet in the air, threw me across the room, slammed me into the doorway to our hallway, and I was out for like 10 or 15 minutes. And when I got up again, I was mad. And I mean, fighting mad. I was just like, come on, you, whatever the blank you are. Come at me, bro. Come on. You want it? Let's go right now. I'll kick your ass up between your shoulder blades. I'll make you waddle out of here.
That's pretty violent.
Yeah, it was very, very scary. And it was on Halloween night, no less.
15 feet in the air, that's pretty high.
Yeah. I mean, I was already high up. I was already up off the ground anyway on a step stool ladder type thing, putting up some decorations last second, to get everything just right. Okay. And, I was lifted up off of that. So, yeah, probably about 10, 15 feet in the air. Yeah.
Jeez. That's incredible.
Let's see.
Yeah, and it literally threw me backward across the room, and I hit against that door frame and down I went. I'm like, when I came to, I was pissed. I was so angry. I was like, okay, Spook, you want it that way, let's go. Come on, mano a mano, right now. I'm gonna whoop your butt.
So how did that go? I mean, did you?
I mean, just nothing more after that.
What?
Nothing more after that. I was just kind of stunned. I think what it was, I was more or less kind of stunned and mad that it had happened, because I was just like, no bueno. Why do that to me? I haven't done anything,
Right. That's terrifying.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Did your relationship Did your relationship with ghosts change after that? Did you decide you were
No,
going to be
no.
authoritative with them?
Well, basically, I had to set some boundaries. And I said, okay, Spirit, now we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this. I'm going to set me some boundaries, and you are not to cross those boundaries under any circumstances. I don't care what they are. I don't care what your story is. I don't care who you are. Here's how it's going to be. And I laid down the law, laid down some rules. Never happened again.
Good for
So you
you.
did become more authoritative.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You
Yeah.
have to. I mean, you got to protect yourself. When it comes to spirit, you do have to protect yourself. You know, you've got to say, okay, you're going to follow these rules and you're not going to cross this boundary, period. You are not allowed to do this.
Yeah. Jeez. That's good advice.
Mhm.
Okay, so as we wrap up, is there any message that you want to leave the Thresholds of Reality viewers from the Outlaw Psychic?
Well, if you want a reading, I want you to contact me. I'm more than happy to help.
Yeah,
I
let me
do
throw
charge
let
for
me throw the
this.
website.
Yeah, I do charge for this, okay? This is not a free service. I'm not a charity. Yes, I can bend some rules here and there for that, depending on circumstances. But that link basically is to all of my links, all of my information, you know, all my social media, all that, everything, you know. And so you can find me pretty much everywhere. I'm pretty much everywhere. And give me a call. I'll help you out. And with spirit, set your boundaries, set them early and set them often. Okay? That's one thing I need viewers to remember. Set your boundaries early and often. And when you're dealing with spirit, respect, respect, respect. I cannot stress it enough. Okay? Don't antagonize spirit like when you're going into a location. Don't go, oh, well, if you're here, blah, blah, blah. You know, don't do what Zach Bagans does, essentially. He's kind of doing a stupid when he's doing that. I hate to say it, sorry, bro. I love you, but you're doing a stupid.
Fair enough. Well, Melissa, it has been a pleasure. Thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you
You're
for sharing
very welcome. Thank
your
you for having
information.
me.
And
It's a lot of fun.
thank you for sharing yourself with us and your
Thank you for
talents with
having
us.
me. Absolutely.
As we wind down, make sure that you're liking, subscribing to the channel so that we can bring more content to you guys. We have more interviews coming up as well as informational episodes, and you don't want to miss a single thing. Until
And
then,
don't miss my book, too.
yeah, you've got a book coming out. You wanted to tell us about your book.
Born into Shamanism. It's already out, but I am in the process of updating it. I am in the process of adding, fleshing some stuff out that really should have been the first time, but I didn't have the time or the information to do it. So now I do, and I'm ready to rock it.
Awesome.
Excellent. Born into Shamanism
And
is the name
that
of the book.
is
You can find it on
coming-
Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon Kindle. That is coming back out in early October.
Excellent. Well, until next time, to all our viewers, keep on exploring the edges of the unknown.